No, it's down there, it's either me or them, and I was going to make it out one way or the other.
100 feet down, a broken leg and rattlesnakes slithering all around you. Could you survive that?
I don't know if I could, but this story keeps getting more and more incredible. One local man did survive all that, and he's now sharing his story with everyone. In fact, Kim Powell joins us in studio tonight with more on how he managed to stay alive in these conditions. Kim?
Yeah, it really is incredible. Let me set the scene for you guys. He was about halfway down this 100-foot mine and searching for gold, and he did find some, but what his equipment failed, and he fell the remaining 50 feet, and at the bottom there was no flat surface. It was only 8 feet around, and the snakes' rattling tails were maddening.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
Dubbed the Phoenix Indiana Jones by Banner Health, John Waddell knows he's lucky to be alive.
You've always got to have a little sliver of hope that you're going to get out.
Waddell decided to explore a mine in a remote part of Maricopa County that he thought would have a good amount of gold in it. And he was right, but his equipment malfunctioned and he plunged 50 feet.
I tried to slow down with my hands by gripping the rope just as tight as I could, because there was nothing else to help slow me.
But the blisters on his hands were nothing compared to the multiple broken bones in his left leg.
I laid back and I was looking for a way of setting my leg, and there was a stick there, so I used the stick, put it inside my boot, and pushed just as hard as I could, and I set my leg.
Then he saw his first rattlesnake coming at him. The same stick he used as a splint was now also his weapon. Waddell said the mine was so dark he couldn't even see the second snake, but felt it slithering by his arm.
I waited till he got completely underneath my arm. I reached down, grabbed it, and threw it just as hard as I could. And I heard it hit the wall, and again, I take my stick out, and I'm beating the crap out of it.
And the third snake, he strangled.
I don't like killing them, but, you know, it was either me or them.
His friend was supposed to show up if he didn't hear from Waddell by the second day, but his hope started dwindling as the sun went down.
When it got dark, I didn't know what to think.
Hallucinations, starvation, and dehydration started to sink in.
I was popping the blisters and drinking the fluid to try to get something in my system because my mouth was so dry, it was like cracking.
After hopelessly screaming for help, his friend appeared on the third day. He said that's the only reason he lived to tell his story.
Not something anyone I would wish on my worst enemy to go through something like that, because the torture that it puts on your mind and your heart, it's quite an ordeal.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Waddell said he used to be an EMT years ago, and a lot of the instincts that kicked in were from what he learned on the job. Doctor said he has about 6 to 8 weeks until he can get back on his feet, and it sounds like eventually he wants to get back to mining for gold. Live in the studio, I'm Kim Powell for Arizona's Family.